Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Anime King, and today I'm going to be giving you part 23 of What If Naruto Had Multiple People Sealed Inside of Him. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and stay in tune because after this I'm going to be giving you a new episode of What If Naruto Returned Different after his training trip. And later on over on Anime King 2, I'm going to be giving you what if Izuna Uchiha was Naruto's ancestor? And also, what if Naruto had the unknown Sharingan? And I hope you guys enjoy each and every episode. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice and you enjoyed videos on both channels, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and join Anime King and Anime King 2 and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support guys, and yeah, without further ado, let's begin this new episode. Start the intro.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their
So, the last time we left off, Tsunade, Naruto and the others took on Orochimaru as Naruto trapped them all in a giant barrier as Orochimaru summoned Manda and Tsunade summoned Katsuya and Jiraiya summoned Gamabunta. But Naruto felt left out, so he summoned something as well. The smoke later revealed a giant dragon that was flying in the sky. It made the other summons look small, as the dragon released a technique that cut Manda in half. But Manda wasn't dead, as Naruto made him a proposition: leave Orochimaru and make his main summoner become Uncle Midarashi, and Naruto wanted to sign the contract as well, as Manda quickly accepted, as Naruto allowed him to leave, as he poofed away, as Naruto then turned his gaze upon Orochimaru. Naruto then realized Orochimaru and Kabuto were not the real Orochimaru and Kabuto. This was a technique that Akatsuki used, using someone else's body as a sacrifice. It's a bit like the Edo Tensei. But Orochimaru and Kabuto has to be nearby, as Tsunade enjoyed beating the crap out of the fake one. With that said and done, Naruto and Chao decided to go back in time. It was mostly Naruto's idea, seeing that Orochimaru has to be still for the process, and Naruto can bend time a bit. Not at a long rate, but he can a bit, as he went back 6 hours earlier. As Naruto went to Orochimaru's hideout to see Orochimaru and Kabuto already sitting down, meditating, as the both of them were using technique to send the fake to meet Tsunade, seeing that they didn't trust her one bit. As Naruto transformed into Orochimaru and Chao transformed into Kabuto, as the fake Orochimaru told Kimimaro that he is no longer useful to him and that he should just go and die, as Kimimaro was left speechless. But that was all because of Naruto's plan to get Kimimaro on his side, as he then found a girl on the table, a red-haired girl. As she introduced herself as Karin, Orochimaru has been using her for his weird experiments, as Naruto freed her and then took a drop of her blood and created a blood clone that turned into a perfect copy of her, as he attached the clone to the wires and told the clone once they are out of here, he must sever the wires and get out of here. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can search across place and check it out yourself. So let's begin this new episode, shall we? As Naruto was looking at the blood clone, on your way out, offer Kimimaro a chance to escape with you. Tell him that people can heal him. They are in Konoha and a part of the Fuhen clan. Also, tell him they're accepting members with rare bloodlines. If he accepts, bring him to Konoha. If not, knock him out and take a sample of his blood, Naruto said. Got it. I will escape after the snake wake up and the whole base in uproar. I'm pretty sure he will be very vocal after waking up, said the clone. Good, Naruto said, as he then turned toward the cyber mice that lined up behind him. He created these mice. They were a project that Chisame was working on, as these mice were very good with computers and technology overall. We got all the data, Naruto-sama, Mice 1 report. We managed to transfer it all to the mainframe that Chisumi and Cho has designed, said Mice 2. And the virus has taken full root and will transfer any update to our main base, Mice 3 said. And we left absolutely no trace of our activities, said Mouse 4. Good, you're dismissed, said Naruto, as he put away the artifact. Now all I need to do is copy all the library information. Meh, as Naruto summoned a few clones and the clones went off. Do not forget that last item we need to acquire, said Chao. I didn't forget, I just don't like the idea of entering that room, Naruto said, with a disgusted face. What room? Asked Karin. Orochimaru's bedroom. As Naruto gagged, quickly followed by the two girls. Yeah, you, said Karin. I guess it's pretty well guarded as well, said Chao. Yeah, every inch of the outside wall and the ceiling and the floor are covered with various seals, said Naruto. But then again, when we travel by shadow, that cannot hurt us. Be right back, said Naruto as he sank into his shadow. After a few moments of silence, Karin decided to ask a few questions. Why are you helping me? She asked. Apparently, you're related to Naruto, both of you having blood ties of Uzumaki clan. So, do you want to join my clan, Karin? Said Naruto as he came back as he came out of his shadow. I won't have to marry someone, will I? Karin asked. No, of course not. Even though we're not related by blood. But we are from the same clan. We just met, and you barely know anyone. And you haven't even met the other guy in the clan, said Naruto. Well, I look forward to getting to know you, no matter the result, said Karin with a smile. As Naruto smiled, as he looked at Chao. We have a new problem. Some new test subjects are being brought today. Damn, we can't just leave them. Unless they're all scum, said Chao. No, all of them are rather young and from the Fuma clan in this country. They were told that they were joining the sound, but they were drugged to sleep and rounded up like animals. Some of them are not even 10 yet. We have to do something. True. When will they arrive? Chao asked. In a few hours. They were led to the eastern border of the rice country, and they got drugged there. The convoy is coming straight here from there. With a bit of luck, we can track them down while they are still far from here and free them, Naruto explained. Yeah, I guess it won't be too hard, I guess. How many hostage and how many guards? Asked Chao. 50 hostage and 20 sound ninja guards, 5 jonin and the rest of chunin. But considering that being a jonin here is not really special, Naruto said with a chuckle. Are they really that weak? Karin asked, raising an eyebrow. And how do you know so much about them? I know from fighting them when Konoha was invaded by the sound in the Chunin exams finals. An invasion? I had no idea. I didn't heard any news since they captured me during the second test. Karin said in shock. Well, Konoha beat the crap out of the sound, and we had the sand for help. Well, my clones are done, so we can leave, said Naruto as he placed a hand on Karin's shoulder, and Chao as they sink into his shadow, and they all left. A few miles later, they rose from the shadow out of a tree, and they still had 10 minutes, according to Naruto and Karin's sensory abilities. Without wasting another second, Naruto created 20 clones as they transformed into insects, bugs, flies, as they went to check out the convoy. When the information got back to him, pure anger leaked into Naruto's face as the two girls could feel the rage coming off of him. Naruto, what's wrong? Asked Chao. The leader decided to take a break and let his man have some fun with the female hostages, Naruto said, barely holding back the anger in his voice. And most of them are not even 15 years old yet. Some of them even a few years younger than us, said Naruto, as Karin watched as his eyes became red with slits. You two stay here, said Naruto, as there was smoke coming from his mouth. The air and everything around him was now cold to the point of freezing. I will deal with this personally, as he sank into his shadow. As Naruto came up right between the leader and a reddish-haired girl that was backing away from him, as Naruto sent pure power down to his leg, as he kicked the man right in his nuts with full force, as the man let out a scream of pure pain and agony as his eyes rolled back in his head as he dropped on the ground dead. As Naruto then chanted as the entire camp was covered in a fog. All the sound ninjas jumped away to avoid the fog, but it was on the hostages, as Naruto didn't want to make them witness anything too harsh, and he's going to make sure all of these guys suffer. "Who the hell are you?" one of the Chunins asks. "I am your worst nightmare, you disgusting worm," said Naruto, as his body started to change as he turned into a giant wolf with long fangs and claws as he stepped into the ground as it cracked under the pressure, as he had white fur with red streaks going down. And the slaughter began as Naruto crushed, slashed, and ripped each and every one of them apart, as he then retake his human form, as he then made a few clones and let them gather what was remained of the corpses, and use the Kamui and take care of them. And he realized it would be best to have the girls with him when the hostage wake up, so he went after them. When Naruto arrived, Karin was looking at him as she was scared. "What are you?" she asked, as Naruto looked at her confused, and then he realized. "You felt all of that, didn't you?" he asked, as Karin nodded slowly. "Well, to be completely honest, I have no idea what I am," Naruto said. "What do you mean?" Karin asked. "Well, I was born human. I have the nine-tailed seal in me an hour after that, and I had her yokai coursing through me since then. A few months ago, I became part vampire, and since then, I have changed a few times by gaining several other bloodlines. So, I'm actually still trying to figure out what I am," said Naruto with a shrug. "Yes, I can understand how it can get confusing," said Karin. "But back there, I was angry and used my transformation bloodline to turn into something scary while using yokai to power it. But let me ask you, did you feel any evil from me?" "No, just pure anger," said Karin. "And I couldn't allow those bastards to have fun with the female hostages. If they wanted to do that now, that means they'd done it before. And they should feel my wrath," he said. As Naruto looked at Karin, who was still scared, as he walked up to her, but she backed away until she was backed against a tree. Seeing him getting closer and closer, she closed her eyes tightly, as she felt something wrapped around her. As she slowly opened her eyes, as Naruto was hugging her. "It's okay to be scared. I know that your senses are screaming at you to get away, that I am dangerous and that I can kill you. And you know what?" he said. "They're right, I am very dangerous and I can kill you." At those words, Karin stiffened in his arms. "But I won't hurt you," Naruto said. "How do I know that?" she whispered. "When you were younger, have you ever wondered if you have any family somewhere?" "Yes," she said. "And if you finally met someone, even resembling close to being a family member, even a part of your clan that once exists, would you kill them?" "No, of course not." "Then why should I?" said Naruto, as he hugged her tightly. At that point, Karin realized the only emotion she was feeling from him right now is pure love, as her own eyes watering, as she returned the hug and rested her head on his shoulder. Back where the hostages still slept, Chao smiled as her shadow clones dispelled. "About time," she said with a chuckle. About an hour later, some of the hostages started to awaken, as Karin and Naruto emerged from the shadow near to Chao. "How are you feeling?" asked Chao. "Fine," said Karin as she showed Chao the Patio card, as the card showed her as she was dressed as she was, and with 2 rings on her finger, each showing the kanji for chakra. "Chakra?" said Chao. "Your artifact grant you a control over chakra?" "Well, I'm actually still researching it," said Naruto. "Apparently, those rings grant her control over chakra in many ways," he said. "So far, we know that my chakra control is nearly perfect, and my sensory range went from 10 kilometers to 50 when I'm focused enough," Karin explained. "Wow," Chao whispered. "Do you give her any bloodline yet?" she said, looking at Naruto. "Yeah, I gave her the regeneration, the transformation, and the vampirism. And also, the creation overall, seeing that she has a better control over me, She'll be able to create anything quite easily. What happened? One of the men asked as he regained consciousness. Oh, we were just passing by and thought you might need a hand, Naruto said. Who are you? The man asked as he looked up. It's polite to give your name first, Chao pointed out. I am Hanzaki, leader of the Fuma clan. I am Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze Fuhen, and this is Chao Fuhen and Karin Uzumaki Fuhen, Naruto said. You're the son of Minato Namikaze, the Yellow Flash. Wow, news travel fast, huh? Naruto says as he chuckled. So, what are you going to do now? Chao asks as several other people wake up. I honestly don't know, Hanzaki said sadly. I mean, I didn't like the idea of working for that bastard. But what choice did we have? Our clan wealth consisted in rice field like most of this country. So when our field became plagued with drought and wasn't growing anything, Orochimaru made you an offer that you couldn't refuse, said Karin. What do you know about suffering? A orange-haired girl said angrily. Sesame, don't be rude, another man told her as he turned towards Naruto group. Sorry, she's under a lot of stress. My name is Erashi, by the way. I understand, said Karin as she nodded as she turned towards Sesame. Well, a few hours ago, I was being drugged and I was going to become Orochimaru, new test subject. I think I have a pretty good idea of what suffering is, said Karin. I'm sorry, said Sesame. So, any idea on what to do with these people? Asked Chao with Naruto mental connection. I do, Naruto said, as he turned towards the leader. Hanzaki, do you want your clan to join Konoha? Naruto asked bluntly. Huh? Hanzaki said. As he thought about the question, well, I would love to. But with our clan, coming from the country where the Stone Village live, I doubt I would be welcome. Oh, I assure you that won't be a problem, said Naruto that smirked. With the political and financial power that I have, I am sure that I can convince the council to allow you to join Konoha. What about the Hokage? Asked Hanzaki. Sarutobi is like a grandfather to me, and he trusts my judgment, and I doubt that the 5th Hokage will be opposite considering that you have some well-gifted kunoichi in the medical ninja field. 5th? You have a new Hokage? Erashi asked in surprise. Not yet. But we will by the time you get there, said Chao. That's if you're interested. I don't know, Hanzaki said. We will have to buy land and build a compound, and our budget right now. How many clan members are they, except the ones here? Just as many as here, 100 or so. Okay, how long will it take you to join up with the others and get to Konoha? Naruto asked. Roughly 2 weeks, give or take a few days, Hanzaki said. Okay, that should be enough time to arrange accommodations for all of you, said Chao. Indeed, said Naruto. Here's what I'm offering you, said Naruto. A clan compound in Konoha, 10 million Ryu in your bank account, exchange for 2 of your clan, secret jutsu of my choosing. What kind of jutsu you have in mind? Hanzaki asked. Well, first of all, I want to know about the nearly indestructible chakra strings that your clan can make. How to make them and break them, Naruto said. Acceptable. And the second one? Everything you have on the Hiba command jutsu. The first notes from the creator of this jutsu. Why does a jutsu like that interest you? He asked. I know quite a few barrier ninjutsu, but none of the ninjutsu one can surround the target all sides. I'm interested in making one by using the jutsu that I learned from you as a base, Naruto explained. Deal, Hanzaki said, as he shook Naruto's hand. Good, said Naruto, as he held out his hand. Show this to the gate guards when you arrive so they won't freak out after seeing such a large group coming towards the gate. As Naruto gave him a letter with a seal on it of the Fuhen compound. We will talk about those jutsu after you're settled in your new home. Just one more request, please, Hanzaki said. What is it? Naruto said. The only business we have at the moment running is a bar. It is rather successful. Where it is located, I have heard that Uzumaki clan is rather famous in Fuin Jutsu. Would it be possible for... Timeskip, half an hour later, the 3 Fuhen said goodbye to the group. As Naruto gave Hanzaki a scroll that could contain the entire bar and bring it to Konoha with them. By the time Naruto, Chao, Karin arrived, Tsunade was back at the hotel. When they got there, they saw Kasumi sitting at a table, already ordering drinks for the 5 of them. "So, how did it go?" asked Kasumi. "What do you mean? You saw the whole thing, right?" said Tsunade as she raised her eyebrow. "And who's the new girl? I thought you had enough girlfriends, Naruto." "To answer your second question, this is my cousin Karin. I found her strapped to a table and getting drugged in Orochimaru's hideout. As for the first question, let's just say I love time travel." As Chao smirked. "You're kidding, right?" Tsunade asked. But she then remembered what Chao said in their first conversation, that Naruto can bend time and space. "Hold on," said Tsunade. "You were at Orochimaru's base? So why didn't you kill him? Or was he too well guarded?" she asked. "We appeared behind him when we first entered the base, and he was not in a state to do anything if I wanted to kill him." "Then why?" Tsunade asked angrily. "Two reasons," said Chao. "First of all, if we killed him while he was supposed to be alive and fighting you, then it would create a paradox with very bad consequences. Secondly, we need him alive for a while longer," she said. "Why would you need that scum alive?" Tsunade asked. "Bait," said Naruto. "What do you mean?" asked Tsunade. "First, and most importantly, the Akatsuki, Sasori in particular, hate his guts and consider him as a threat. When he left their organization, he took a certain artifact with him that should be held only by their members, a certain ring. This ring," said Naruto, as he showed the ring, as it had the kanji for void on it. "Won't he know that it's missing?" asked Tsunade, confused. "No, I left behind a replica that can do everything Orochimaru think it can do," said Naruto. "I take it you know more about his abilities?" asked Karin. "Some I know, others I don't really know, but I cannot unlock it. Apparently, when the rings are together, you can use more abilities." "So, how many do you have at the moment?" Tsunade asked. "And why are we talking about this in such a public space?" as she looked around. "Because the brat somehow managed to create a seal that can seal him in a privacy barrier whenever he desires," said Jiraiya as he sat down. As Chisame appeared, and both her and Karin exchanged names, and Ren and Shizune came as well. "And by the way," said Naruto, "I have 3 rings now." "Nice," said Tsunade. "So where did you get the first 2 from?" "Kisame and Zetsu," Naruto said. "The monster of the hidden myths and Zetsu of the cannibal? Huh, you sure know how to pick them," said Tsunade with a smirk. "Considering that all the members are X-rank missing in, there is not much to choose from," Jiraiya said with a shrug. "Yeah, good thing 2 of them are your former students, right, Erosenin? That way you cannot fight them since they know your move and your most use abilities," said Naruto. "2 of his students? What do you mean?" Tsunade asked. "Remember those orphans in the rain that I decided to look after for a while? 2 of them are part of the Akatsuki. Hell, one of them is actually the leader," said Jiraiya. "Official leader, you mean? You know who is behind the scenes," Naruto said. "Who?" asked Tsunade. "Oh, it's good old Madara Uchiha, the man that summoned the Kyuubi to fight your grandfather in the Valley of the End. And 12 years ago, he summoned the Kyuubi to destroy Konoha," Naruto said in a cheerful tone, but they knew it was fake as they saw the anger in his eyes. "And if you're wondering how he's alive, it's because of his eyes. He took his brother's eyes when his own were unusable, and he gained a form of immortality. Though in reality, he just aged very slowly. A simple eye transplant won't make you really immortal, no matter how powerful those eyes are," Naruto said. "What about the Rinnegan?" asked Jiraiya. "It allowed the user to transport his power into multiple bodies and use them at the same time," said Chao. "I see," said Tsunade. "And how do you know so much?" asked Tsunade. "Itachi Uchiha." As Tsunade's eyes went wide, "And before you say anything, allow me to tell you that he was ordered to kill off members of his clan that were planning the coup. Fukaku ordered the execution of the other part that opposed him, and Madara slipped in and take care of the rest," Naruto said. "He shows up wherever there is bloodshed, doesn't he?" said Jiraiya. Well, at least he didn't start a bloodline purge in Kiri, said Karin. But he did, said Naruto, and he was the one who made Kiri and the stone wipe out Uso. What? Said Karin. The fourth Mizukage is the Jinchuriki of the Sanbai, and he's under Madara complete control. Madara is afraid that some of the bloodline users might be a threat to him, so he had them eliminated, Naruto said. What about Uzu? Said Tsunade. It was during the reign of the Sand Dame Mizukage. Do any of you know the name of the Sand Dame Mizukage? Naruto asked. As all of them looked at him. No, it can't be, said Tsunade. Yes, the Sand Dame Mizukage was Madara. What am I going to do about it? Tsunade asked. Konoha, she said. As the fifth Hokage, you will not do anything, Naruto said, cutting her off before she could finish her sentence. You mean you're going to elect? Said Karin. Konoha cannot afford a target placed on it. However, if some members of my clan were to infiltrate Kiri and persuade the fourth Mizukage to call off the purge and resign and hand over the mantle to the fifth Mizukage of our choosing, and as long as Madara doesn't make the connection, it should be fine. Of course, me getting another Biju to join our clan have nothing to do with it, said Naruto. You're evil, you know that, said Tsunade. You will have 4 Biju in your clan, and away from Madara, and no one will know about it. Yeah, I'm evil, and I like it, Naruto said Dachoka. Well, with all of this, we need the old snake to take some of the pressure off our shoulders, said Tsunade. Yeah, and I can't kill him off without making sure its remaining subordinates that are loyal to him don't go on killing sprees. And there is also Sasuke Uchiha. What about him? Tsunade asked. I'm giving him one final chance since Mikoto wouldn't forgive me if I didn't. You see, Sasuke is a power-hungry fool. If he starts trying to kill Itachi, that's fine. I can live with that, but if he go to Orochimaru for power, Naruto said, I will kill him. As everyone looked at Naruto. Alright, enough depressing conversation for one day. There's a lot of casinos here to be cleaned out, said Kazumi. Oh yeah, said Tsunade as she stood up, as Naruto pushed her back down. No offense, but you suck at gambling. As Naruto then turned towards Kazumi, which casinos have the most money, he asked. These 6, she said, as she showed him a map of the town. Good, you all stay here and watch a show on Kazumi Artifact. I am going to clean them all out and be back by 7 o'clock, Naruto said. Sometime later, Tsunade was squeezing Naruto between her breasts. As she couldn't believe it, he cleaned out the entire place. He left all of them bankrupt. Can't breathe, Naruto said. Teach me how to do that, said Tsunade. No, marry me, she said. As Jiraiya pulled Tsunade off of Naruto. And now we drink, Naruto said. Bartender! Keep them coming, Naruto said. The next morning, Naruto felt something heavy on him as he slowly opened his eyes. As his eyes readjusted the room. What the hell, he said, making the person get up. Tsunade? What are you doing in my bed? Tsunade looked at Naruto as she then looked around the room. As she got up and ran away without saying another word. What the hell, Naruto thought. As he looked down, he was still wearing clothes. As he got up. A few hours later, as the group was heading towards Konoha, Ren kept on glancing between Naruto and Tsunade, who weren't looking at each other. And Ren also smelled something. Tsunade's scent was on Naruto. Naruto, Tsunade, do you have something to tell us? Alright, fine. So I was drunk and I walked into the wrong room. Nothing happened, said Tsunade. I'll be back soon, said Naruto as he ran off. As he ran off into the forest as he hopped into a tree. Why did she have to run her mouth like that? I know that nothing happened, but would it be so unpleasant to sleep with me? Oh, you have nothing to worry about, Naruto, said Kurama. She's just too old, you might break her bones. As she then said something, Naruto, duck! As Naruto quickly jumped off the branch, as the kunai fly where his head was, and another where his heart was. As Naruto quickly activated his Byakugan, as he found a group from the stone. As Naruto then created a High-Rishin kunai, as he looked at the ninjas, as he said, kunai clone technique as he threw the kunai in their direction. Soon, the kunai turned into 100, as they got a few scratches, but that wasn't what they were afraid of, as the stone ninjas remember stories, as in a yellow flash, all 4 of them were unconscious. I guess it was only a matter of time before something like this happened, Naruto said. Yes, Minato was not very liked in the stone, and while most will think that it's because he killed an entire group of stone ninjas using his Harishin, it's the way he killed them. What do you mean? Asked Kyubey. Even though he was fast and had the Harishin, it was hard to take out so many enemies. He used the Harishin to take the weakest members hostage first, most of them women, and placed explosive seals on their neck without them knowing. He then had the battalion commander commit suicide by threatening to kill his daughter, who was among the hostages. He then retreated and waited for the other ninjas to try and free the hostages, and he then used a Harishin and slaughtered them down. Does anyone else know about this? The third Hokage asked Kyubey with disgust in her voice. Yeah, only the third, since I told him after I read it in the journal. Well, we wouldn't want anyone to go around spreading this story. I found it in the journal as well, but it was still war. But it was not fully right, said Kushina. Let's forget about it and focus on the situation on hand, said Naruto. What are you going to do with them? Kushina asked, as Naruto looked down at the unconscious ninjas. But guys, I'm ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn that bell notifications they posted. Remember to share to all your friends on your social media platform. And also, stay in tune because I'm going to be posting a new episode of What If Naruto Returned Different after his training trip. And over on Anime King 2, I'm going to be posting What If Naruto had the unknown Sharingan. And I'm also going to be posting a new episode of What If Aizuna Uchiha was Naruto's ancestor. So stay in tune for that, and I hope you guys enjoy each and every episode. And thank you for all of your help and support. And without further ado, I'm out for now. Peace.